And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday. It's the 30th of July, 2020. It's the anniversary of the first meeting of the first representative assembly in America, and that was the House of Burgesses in Jamestown in the Virginia colony in 1619. It's the birthday of Emily Bronte, born in Thornton, England, 1818, who wrote one of the greatest love stories of all time, though she herself, to the best of anyone's knowledge, never had a lover. Wuthering Heights, 1847. She was one of a family of brilliant young people, Anne and Charlotte and their brother Branwell, who educated themselves at home by reading their father's large collection of classic literature, and who invented elaborate fantasy kingdoms and filled notebooks with the history and the inhabitants of these places. Emily was the most reserved of the Bronte children. The most outgoing was Charlotte, who in 1836 decided they should all publish their poems, but under male pseudonyms. The book came out in 1846, and a year later, Wuthering Heights was published, and a year after that, Emily died of tuberculosis at the age of 30, standing in the living room of her family's parsonage. The novelist William H. Gass, born in Fargo, North Dakota, 1924 on this day. He supported himself teaching philosophy. He was busy teaching, also raising 3 kids, so he wrote slowly, a novel called Omen Setter's Luck. He just had one copy of the manuscript, and it was stolen, so he had to start all over. When he finally finished it, it was rejected over and over again, but it was published in 1966. In 1995, he published The Tunnel, a novel that's more than 600 pages long, took him almost 30 years to write. And it's the birthday of Henry Ford, born on a farm near Dearborn, Michigan, 1863, who created the Model T and the concept of the assembly line. It's the anniversary of the founding of the city of Baghdad, 762 on this date, along the Tigris River. In modern Persian, the word Baghdad means God's gift. It was on this day 55 years ago Lyndon Johnson signed the Social Security Act of 1965, which created Medicare and Medicaid, public health insurance for elderly people and low-income families. By the time he signed the bill, the national health care debate had been going on for well over half a century, since the early 1900s. It's the birthday of the economist and sociologist Thorstein Veblen, born in Cato, Wisconsin, 1856. He taught economics at the University of Chicago, where in 1899 he published his book, The Theory of the Leisure Class, in which he coined the phrase conspicuous consumption. Here's a poem for today by Naomi Shihab Nye, entitled Shoulders. A man crosses the street in rain, stepping gently, looking 2 times north and south, because his son is asleep on his shoulder. No car must splash him, no car drive too near to his shadow. This man carries the world's most sensitive cargo, but he's not marked. Nowhere does his jacket say fragile, handle with care. His ear fills up with breathing. He hears the hum of a boy's dream deep inside him. We're not going to be able to live in this world if we're not willing to do what he's doing with one another. The road will only be wide. The rain will never stop falling. Shoulders, a poem by Naomi Shihab Nye from Red Suitcase. That's the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, July the 30th. The Writer's Almanac, produced by Prairie Home Productions, which is releasing a new Lake Wobegon novel in September of this year. You can go to shop.garrisonkeeler.com to pre-order. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.